Just taking it one game at a time, knowing that everybody's on the Division I level, so everybody can play. So when you step out on that floor, you can't take it for granted. You know, you gotta come with it. So just taking it one game at a time and respecting your opponent, respecting the game.
And have you taken a look at Wagner and what they bring?
No, not yet. Today's Thursday, so we ain't played this week. So today we'll probably go through the film and the scout of what they do, but I haven't looked yet. No.
Are you familiar with anyone just from your playing days that may be on that team?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't looked at all. So this is my first day. Yeah.
How's the team emotionally knowing that Vincent is going to be with you for up to 2 months?
I feel like we're good. We're doing good emotionally. We got Vince back. We're gonna do everything to keep him in good spirits, and we're gonna hold the fort down until he come back. So we in good spirits, and he's in good spirits as well. You know, we communicate with Vince, and we're gonna hold down the fort until he's back.
As a team leader, as the lead guard, what's your role in terms of keeping the backup bigs locked in, focused, and ready to play?
Just having them locked in, ready to play, challenging them in practice, challenging them in film, and just making sure that they're ready to play. They may not do the same things as Vince, but they have their own individual skill set that they bring. So just letting them know that it's just basketball, and that they should be prepared to play and bring to the court what they do well.
We're talking about three guys that are freshmen. I mean, does that add to the complexity of your job in terms of bringing them along, leading them? They're just so young, they don't know anything.
I wouldn't say it adds to the complexity of the job. I've been around those guys for at least a year now, so I know them very well. It's just a little bit different when you get in the game with the lights on, but just reminding them that this is what we practice for, this is what we get in the gym for, this is what we work out for. So when the bright lights come on, it's nothing to us. So just reminding them that we put in the work and there's no need to be nervous when we step out on that floor. Just do what you practice and everything should work out.
Thank you.
Malik, you guys had a strong start to the beginning of the season last year before going into Big East play. How does it feel different this time around as you guys are off to another good start?
It feels kind of similar. I think the only difference is that we had that preseason to kind of get ourselves, get our chemistry together, and then we played some high major teams early on. I would say that would be the main differences, but feel kind of similar in terms of the team connection and the enjoyment we have playing with each other. So it's very similar, and we just hope to keep it rolling.
You guys are 4-0, but how do you stay composed knowing that there's so much left of this season, not to get on the high horse? And it is a good start for you guys, but how do you guys kind of keep composed knowing that you've been in this position last year and you hope to have a better Big East play?
Just taking it one game at a time, staying with our process, staying with putting each foot in front of the next one, you know, just taking it one step at a time, respecting your opponents, respecting the game. I feel like if you do those things every day, you stay consistent, then it should work out in the end. So we have been just trying to stay as consistent as possible.
In your development under Coach Cooley, just how do you feel like you've been able to kind of take that next step in your game?
Yeah, I feel like my maturity has definitely grew under Coach Cooley, learning how to be a better leader, learning how to make better decisions. I think my maturity is just taking off this year. Also with another year under my belt, growing up as a man in this world, I feel like my maturity is just taking off, and that has a lot to do with Coach Cooley and Coach Battle taking me under their wing and just letting me know like to have more patience with my teammates, have more patience with the game, and just let it come to me.
Malik, Coach has referred to, I think you just referred to it, starting in Canada where you play 4 real tough games, and you play Kentucky, and they play GW, then the games you played. Is there a confidence level in this team right now that maybe if you guys hadn't gone that hard road starting in August where you can say, look, we've been here, boys, let's go play basketball? Is there that confidence level there now?
Yeah, we definitely have the confidence that we could compete with anybody in the country, especially since we got to build our chemistry up in Canada, build our chemistry in the preseason with them road games at GW and Kentucky, and then having those early season challenges. We feel like we can compete with anybody in the country.
Last one for me. I know you love hitting threes, you love making big plays. How good did throwing that alley-oop pass feel?
It felt good because in practice we draw up plays to throw alley-oops all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So when he drew it up in the huddle, I was just like, all right, it's time to execute. So I trusted Vince, put it up where only he could get it, and he came down and dunked the ball. So it felt good because it was a big play, and it was something we needed, and I feel like it was a key play to our victory.
Talk about this change.
Yeah, obviously losing a big part of this team, man. But I mean, I guess in my mind, it's just an opportunity to step up for the guys and have a big role. So need to be smart. Obviously, the past few games I've struggled with fouling. So I think these next couple games, just being smart about that. But ultimately, I know I have the trust of the guys to get out there and do my thing. So yeah.
When you say smart, is it an issue of not trying to be the hero, of playing solidly?
I think so. I think sometimes, just walking up, being smart, not always going for the block every single time, Sometimes just walking up is good enough, with my size. So, yeah.
Have the coaches been on you extra hard? Have your teammates been on you hard, trying to prepare you for this challenge?
Definitely. I think coaches in particular, because they obviously know what's upcoming and kind of know what to expect from me and my minutes. So I think they've been a little bit hard, but that's what I want. I want the coaches to push me and get me better. So yeah.
What was your mama's reaction and your grandma? What was your family's reaction?
To the news?
Yeah, to the news.
They were obviously it was mixed emotions, obviously, because they've been seeing how good of a dynamic it's been with me and him, switching on and off. But they kind of said a similar thing. I just take this opportunity, run with it, and then when he's back, we'll be good to go.
Thank you.
How has this team grown in such a short period of time? Obviously, just 4 regular season games, but the preseason games you guys had, the preseason together. Just how has this team grown in such a short period of time?
I think the preseason helped us a lot in terms of growth, just in terms of the environments that we've been in, the physicality that we've gone up against. That's definitely helped us a lot in terms of preparing us for the season, and I think that's shown.
How you guys keep your composure? You're 4-0 on the season, but there's so much season left to kind of go out there and hopefully get more wins. How do you guys keep your composure knowing you're in a good spot, but you want to be in a better one?
I think it's just going game by game, not looking too far ahead in terms of our opponents, just going one at a time, and then just knowing that we got to execute what we need to do, focus on what we need to do, and then whatever happens, happens.
Julius, with you kind of being the lone offensive center left with Jaden and Seal being more defensive guys, is there a feeling that you're going to be able to chance to maybe get a little more rhythm? We know you've got some good offensive skills. Is there, without Vince, is there a chance to get a little more run and get a little more rhythm going?
Yeah, I think so. And the coaches have kind of told me that as well. This is a chance for me to be more aggressive, hopefully find my groove, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah.
I'm excited. I think everybody gets to come into a different role. Everybody gets to, play with a lot of, I would say, more energy and more of a chip on our shoulder, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that's, it is a big loss losing Vince, but I think a lot of people are going to still count us out. I think this team is just resilient at the end of the day, so I'm very excited for everybody stepping up, including myself.
Can your chip be any bigger though? You played with a chip already on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Can it get any bigger?
For sure. I think any little thing to find ways to motivate myself and motivate this team is always going to be something that we're looking for. And being one, I would consider one of the leaders on the team. Finding again any little thing that can motivate myself to help me motivate the team is gonna, I'm gonna use it.
You guys, 4-0 so far this season, had a really good preseason as well. What about this team makes it so special? And how you guys keep yourself composed, knowing that there's so much more season left and a lot more goals to achieve?
We're a competitive group. I told a bunch of people on the outside that I'm cool with that. Practices are usually harder than the games just by how competitive we are and how deep we are as a team. We just kind of continue to stay steady, take it a game at a time. Try not to let any one bad practice turn into multiple and then it leads into a game. We try to use every preparation day we can to prepare for, every opponent.
It's been a short period of time, but how has Coach Cooley kind of helped elevate your game just to that next level?
He's confident that he, puts me in this team. It's definitely been, exciting and, super fun to play for. And, having somebody who brings energy every day is very good. I got to continue to try to bring that energy as well, but it doesn't hurt, to have a coach who does it every day. So that's definitely good.
You mentioned a little bit about how practices are so tough, sometimes tougher than games. Is there a word or a phrase you have to describe this team so far, 4 games in?
Right now, it'd probably just be resilient and competitive. Can't find one word to describe it. I don't want to use gritty because we were using that all last year in Arizona, so I want to try to find a new identity for, a new team. But, definitely gritty is in there, but resilient and competitive are the 2 words I would use.
Speaking of Arizona, obviously you were there. You talked about how much you love Coach Lloyd and those guys. How happy were you last night watching those guys play well?
Man, it was super exciting and super happy for all those guys over there to go on the road and get a big win. I mean, I love those guys to death. Nothing can break a bond that you have with a group of guys for 2 years. And there was never no hard blood. I think everybody just has to find somewhere where they feel welcome and loved. But I love those guys. I shot them a text before the game and after the game, so I'm super excited for them.
Last one from me. This gave me a chuckle. I saw there was a tweet where your mom tweeted something, then Coach Peavy tweeted back, "I told you." Did that make you laugh too?
Yeah, it did. I mean, their relationship is great. I love Coach Peavy. He welcomed me with open arms to Duncanville, and he's kind of somebody who put another chip on my shoulder, and how again a competitive and energized coach, and there's some similarities here.
You guys are 4-0 so far through this season. How do you keep the team composed, knowing that you've been in this situation? Last year, you guys were 7-1. How do you keep yourself composed off to such a great start you guys have had?
Appreciate the question. I don't even know what we were last year at this point in time. We haven't done anything. We're 4 games in. I feel we're continuing to get better. I think our guys are focused, they're composed. I think we're a little bit older, and I think that's helping with our maturity. Obviously losing a big piece in Vince. A lot of people are going to have to step up. Seal, Julius, Jay Fort, Caleb has to continue to improve. But I think you keep them humbled by keeping them focused on the next opponent, and the next opponent is Wagner. And they're coming up. They've had 3 games where they've lost by a total of 10, by 1 point and by 2 points in their last 2. So, we know we have a tough game, and just try to keep them as focused as we can.
What's different from last year to this year? Do you feel like there's a little bit of a difference? I know you have a lot of decent guys coming back, Malik, Caleb, etc. Does it feel a little bit different than the start that you had last season?
Well, we're not as young, first and foremost. I think our retention guys, the returners, Julius, even though he didn't play last year, has an understanding of what we do systematically. Malik haven't played all those minutes, grown and developing in front of our eyes. You're seeing an emergence of Caleb right in front of our eyes. Jay Fort, who redshirted last year, the know-how. Kayvon Mulready. So anytime you can retain your guys, you have a different feel, and we have 0 freshmen. All today's kids know is Google and Siri. You can't Google experience. You can't Siri experience. You can't put it in a microwave and it's there. You got to go through some tough times in order to get where you want to get to.
It's kind of a fun one. My GM, Pat, any message for him?
I'm sorry?
I know you're good friends with Pat.
Oh, Pat.
Didn't know you had anything.
Hey, Pat, come on over, man. I want a free meal on you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, forgot about that.
What exactly was Vince's ailment?
Vince has had a procedure done a couple of years ago, and he's had some complications with it. So we want to just make sure we take care of him. So we're securing that with the procedure that he's going through right now, and hopefully we can get him back sooner than later.
How do you nurture yet push a guy like Seal to step in and give you minutes and give you,
Well, just like anything else, we tell our guys, be ready, be ready. When opportunity knocks, you don't have to ask who it is. It's opportunity. Take advantage of it. Seal the moment. Seal the moment. And that's what we're trying to do with Fort, and Julius, because we felt we have and continue to have 40 productive minutes at that 5 position.
Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, I know with the success, people are always looking at recruiting. Yesterday, Baba decides to go to Maryland. What was your thoughts on that?
I appreciate the question. First of all, I think Buzz is going to do a great job. He's recruited one of the best classes in all of America. I'm happy for Baba and his family. It was a great recruitment, and he found a place that he feels is home for him. In doing so, what I'm excited about is our best local talent is staying home in this DMV area. And the more young men and women that see that, feel that, know it's a game changer. He's going to be a phenomenal player. I'm excited to play against him next year at Capital One Arena. It'll bring a little bit more spice to our game, which we're going to need, as we're going to want 22,000 people to watch that game and watch many more games. But I'm happy for he and his family. And I thought Buzz and his staff did a great job with it, and that's the recruiting of what it is. Kids choose their fit for what they think is going to be well for them. Thank you.
I got one, Coach.
Yep.
I asked KJ about this. There was a tweet that KJ's mom was kind of singing your and the staff's praises and development, and then Micah's dad tweeted, "I told you." Does it feel good in this public forum? Some folks who really know ball talk about how well you've done with their kids.
Wow, well, I really appreciate that. I didn't know that. Well, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Mr. Peavy, Coach Peavy, Coach Monica. Well, you know what? It's the staff. You know, we try to identify people in the recruiting process that fit who we are, what we are, the role of which they're going to play. And, you know, we feel in particular those two, we had two players that played both sides of the ball, just need a little bit more freedom, confidence, and opportunity to grow. And hopefully we can continue to target more players like that, whether it's in the portal or through the high school ranks, to give us an opportunity to coach them.